I have some advice for you. Never get into a fist fight with a plastic surgeon. They will literally rearrange your face. Found that out the hard way. When my friend Barney was 16 years old, he was in a terrible camper explosion that left him burned over 35% of his body. 30 years later, when he passed away, his family finished the job by having him cremated. Ain't life a bitch? My ex-girlfriend wants me to buy her a new car. Her old car had stalled and she wanted me to jump it with my pickup. And I swear to God, I almost cleared it. I did buy her a new car, and then she left me right away. Now, the only women that want to date me are women that want new cars. I had one lady ask me straight up, "You want to be my sugar daddy?" I said, "No, but I could probably be your Maple Light daddy." Maple Light? What's that? I may politely tell you, I'm all out of sugar. My ex-girlfriend's actually from Minnesota. About last Christmas, she moved back here. And then she started texting me right away to inform me that she was hooking up with all of her old boyfriends. Like I needed to hear that. While she was gone, I wasn't having any of my old girlfriends over to the house. Mostly because I don't have any old girlfriends. I have young girlfriends. One of my buddies had hooked me up with a hot date. Now at first, I didn't think she was hot at all. And then, 2 days later, every time I peed, it burned. One of the ladies that went out with me asked me if on our first date I wanted to go for a long walk during a pouring rainstorm. I said, absolutely. I figured at my age, a long walk during a pouring rainstorm was my best opportunity to make a woman get wet and breathe heavy at the same time. But there lies the incongruity of aging. Now that I'm a senior, my privates are sophomore. I wanted to be, ooh! Instead, I was, You probably all heard that saying, if you love something, set it free. If it doesn't come back to you, it was never yours in the first place. If it comes back and builds a campfire in your living room, probably my ex-girlfriend. The judge asked me, why was she burning up all of your board games? I said, I have no clue. I also have no Monopoly or Candyland anymore. Before my ex-girlfriend, no woman had ever thrown a drink in my face before. I told her, next time, you might want to try opening it first. That girl could pitch for the twins. My ex-girlfriend was also a stripper. She participated in a government program that was taking ex-strippers and ex-prostitutes and sending them to school for botany. The government figured that teaching them botany was the best way to bring out horticulture. The last time my ex-girlfriend stopped by the house, she went into the bathroom to take a long bath while singing obnoxiously loud. I went into the living room, turned the TV up to full volume so I could drown her out. But that's just so the neighbors wouldn't hear the gurgling. My grandmother was a midget. I made the mistake one time of introducing her as my half-grandmother. She gave me a whole whipping with an entire belt. My grandmother was also a twin. The fact that she wasn't all there made sense to me. I think that midgets are the human equivalent of a fraction. When I was a kid, my mom used to make me wear hand-me-downs all the time, and I hated it. I had 3 older brothers, and they were way bigger than me. My shirts and my pants were always baggy and loose. But you want to know what the worst part was? The worst part was the hand-me-down girlfriends. Come on now! My mom was always quick with the insults, too. She said, "Your father was the ugliest man I ever met in my life." Then she would quickly add, "You look just like him." I wasn't always a comedian. I started out as a scriptwriter for porn movies. When I decided to start doing stand-up comedy, I asked my dad if he had any advice for me. He said, "Yes. Breasts and good looks will only get you so far." I said, "But Dad, I don't have breasts." He said, "I know, son, and you're ugly too." One thing is for certain. I know that I'm going to need plastic surgery. I just don't know yet whether I'm going to get a facelift or breast implants. You guys are a great audience. I'm Phil Tilley. Thank you.
One more time for Phil Tilley.